We have Rippy here. Thank you for the 100. Hey, everyone. Good to be back again. Love supporting this platform where we can talk these topics. One question, what's everyone's thoughts on a partner who is very much into Second Amendment, say she owns 5+ firearms, date or eliminate? By the way, Flan Life, thank you for the big gifted 10 memberships, man. Really appreciate all your support tonight. Really appreciate it. So yeah, we have, let me pull that back up though. So Rippy, so
question is, what's everybody's thoughts on a partner who is
eliminate?
Into the Second Amendment, who owns 5+ firearms? Would you guys date them, or is that a red flag?
I mean, 5+. I would have no problem Second Amendment or owning guns. That's not a problem. I don't want to date someone who's like, I'm ready for the end of the world to end so I can just, conquer with all my weapons and all that stuff. Like, those people seem like a little bit of extremists to me, where I'm like what is he at? Like, these get 5+, I don't know, AR-15 or whatever they can own legally here. Rifle. I don't know all the rules. Yeah, like that's like, okay. But if he's like a few handguns and then a couple of bigger ones, sure, he's trying to protect the home. But if it seems like an obsession, that worries me, because I've seen a correlation between people who are obsessed with guns in that way and multiple red flags as well.
I would disagree with that correlation, but I understand your perspective. What about you? Into the mic, please.
Honestly,
hi, co-host.
I mean, I don't think I would care, but if it's like a weird,
you can't lower it.
Like,
okay. Are you trying to lower it?
No.
What were you trying to do?
I was, but then you said, well, then I heard that, so now I'm not.
Go lower.
Thank you.
I just think when people like make guns their whole personality, it's just like a red flag. So I'm just like, whatever, bye. But I mean, if you have like 5 guns for protection, like, cool.
I think 5+ is a little excessive, but I'm gonna have to agree with what both of you guys said.
I would date. I don't mind as long as you do the right things with them.
Based.
Sorry, what was the question?
Question is, if you're talking to somebody who is into the Second Amendment, they have like 5+ firearms. Is that like a green flag or a red flag?
That's a green flag.
Green flag.
Yeah, I want to be protected.
Yeah.
Make it 6 and get me a pink one.
How are they going to be all 6 guns in their hands? Like, what is the need?
Well, I have a quick question for everyone on the panel that just answered. How, as women, when you go out and you're out at night and you're with your girls, right? Like, you feel protected when you're in the group because you're in a group. But like, what do you actually have to defend yourself? Do you have pepper spray? Is everyone carrying?
I don't go out without
pocket knife. You
my
do?
Work security or my boyfriend.
I have a pepper spray.
Nice. You don't have anything?
I'm never out without usually security or my boyfriend.
I would say that too.
But I do have a knife in my bag.
Nice.
I can't own a gun yet.
I was going to say, what if in the off chance you just happen to be alone?
Yeah, I have a knife. I always carry my bar key, which has a very pointy end to it. So
yeah,
I'm usually with protection.
I would just push back, because there's a large audience here. I would push back on the idea that it's a red flag if somebody has a lot of firearms. I feel like in liberals' minds, they often correlate that with like, oh, this person might be like potentially mentally unhinged. They're like really focused on the concept of violence. Almost all of the gun owners that I know that have a lot of guns are like literally like the most responsible, squared away people I've ever met in my life, who I would trust with a firearm more than like almost anybody else I know, right? Like they're typically very, very responsible, sober-minded people.
There's definitely that side, but I think it's ignorant.
It's the majority of people.
I think it's ignorant to ignore the side of America that we've gotten to now, especially since of all these mass shootings we've had. People are now buying firearms in mass. So it's changing from that being the majority to people who feel like they need guns to protect themselves, who are starting to get a little unhinged because they are so scared of people that they're like, I need to have my gun, I need to have this. I do agree that used to be maybe the majority, but like even since the last Nashville one, we've seen a spike. We've seen a spike in all of gun sales. We've seen people who are buying guns that are not responsible gun owners, who now own multiple guns because they're scared of, someone coming in and just starting this thing.
All right, we're moving on from this conversation. Eric, pull up the Twitch. What? Do you have? Is there an issue with me wanting to move on the conversation? This is my show.
No.
You're saying what? Like,
I thought it was interesting because I'm curious if everyone here has actually fired a firearm.
Do you have an issue with me moving on the show?
No.
All right, so let's move on.
Okay, let me address the Dylan thing.
Is it like a terms of service thing?
Matt Walsh has just been demonetized on YouTube. People are getting their videos removed. They're getting copyright strikes. This is my show. So Chase, if I say, hey, we're not talking about that. This is my show. You listen to what I say, and we're going to move on. Unless you're prepared to financially support me, if I say I want to move on, we're moving on. Okay? If YouTube didn't have such a hardcore stance on this, we could talk about it. But if I say we're moving on, we have to move on. This is my show.
That's
You're
fine
a
with
guest on my platform. Please respect it.
That's fine
Both
with
of
me.
you guys.
It's fine with me.
Yes, sir.
I just want to say for the record, Brian, the part that I supported of what he was saying was the positive things about femininity and what makes good womanhood. That was the part that I was loving him riffing on. But
That's fine.
I'm
You can
picking up
agree
what you're
with
putting
him,
down.
but you can agree with him. But this is my show. I'm trying to protect my
That's fine.
platform.
That's fine.
And if
I
I
support
say
you
let's
in
move
that.
on, and then you start egging him on, saying no, keep going, he's going to listen to you. And he continued talking about it. So I just need to be very careful because Matt Walsh just got canceled talking about this very f***ing subject. Okay? It's a dating podcast, guys.
We can move on. I apologize for not listening to you immediately, Brian. It was just not something I was aware of, that demonetization was on the
It's
table.
fine. We'll move on.
Who's Matt Walsh?
Conservative commentator.
Like, some of you guys are in the chat are also criticizing me. Oh, free speech. Guys, gotta be careful. We're on YouTube, okay?
Brian is running a business and he does need to protect it.
Let's talk about ovulation. Anyone?
Depends.
Eric,
depends on
pull
where
up the
Talk
Brian-
about
Twitch.
I have an
men
idea.
pleasuring themselves and watching porn.
Depends on where
Yeah,
Brian
let's talk
wants to
about
take
that.
the conversation.
Talk about the
Let's talk about
porn
the decay
addiction
of
in this
society.
country.
Hold on. Brian,
Okay,
where do you want to take it?
so let's see. I just want to shout out, guys, go to twitch.tv/whatever. Drop us a follow if you can. And if you have an Amazon Prime sub, link it to your Twitch, and you can support the show every month for free. So we have, let's see, let me shout you guys out. Poppy, thank you for the 5 community gifted. Cap Dingle, thank you for the Prime. Oh my God, you guys are, okay. Off YE, thank you for the tier 1. Sean Lunsford, thank you for the tier 1. Relentless, thank you for the Prime. VX Bart, thank you for the tier 1. German, thank you for the 5 gifted. Let's see, Rabid Dog, Mikey, thank you for the tier 1. Too Lit to Quit, thank you for the Prime. My Curse, thank you for the Prime. Emilio, EZ, thank you for the Prime. And then, thank you for the follows, guys. Really appreciate it. We have King Arthur, thank you for the follow. Trezo, thank you for the follow. Brick D, thank you for the follow. Jin, thank you for the follow. Neptune, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate you guys. We'll call you guys. We'll shout you guys out a bit more. Oh, and then we have Puro Cannon, thank you for the Prime. Really appreciate you guys. Yeah, guys, just like, gotta be careful on YouTube, you know. So yeah.
Do you want to do super chats?
We're all caught up on super chats. Let me just double check here. Did we do this one?
No.
Billy, you want to read this one?
Aw, I know who he is. Billy Ray, love your content.